What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on Embrace the Chase. Tomorrow is opening day of Pennsylvania turkey season. So tomorrow morning we're getting out in the woods. We're actually heading up to our mountain house tonight to try to get some birds on the ground and see what happens. It's like 8:30 at night. It takes about 3 hours to get there, so it's gonna be a late night, early morning. So see you in the morning and let's get into it. Alright guys, so it was sort of a mess. We got down to that spot we were sitting at and we got all set up. We waited there for about 20-25 minutes and the birds we had two longbeards up in a tree. One was strutting on the limb, but then as soon as we sat down and we were calling, we had the decoy set up, they went and flew the other way. So we were thinking that we had to make a move on these birds. I got up, we were turning the cameras off and all that, about to make a move, and then the two birds, we don't know where they came from, if they were the longbeards or what. There was two jakes that ran across the hillside at like 65-70 yards uphill, and Lincoln decided to take a shot on one with federal TSS, so a bunch of saplings, but he knocked one down. It was bad footage on my part. We were running up there to get this bird, but we got that bird. We were walking around the mountain, making a couple calls here and there, and we struck one up down in the bottom. So we sat in our ground blind that was the blind that was already there, and we got set up, and you see what happens.
I think it's the same spot. Call again. only one gobble. Just wait, just wait. Oh God. Let's go. Try to shoot Jake. Right there. Shoot. If you can, right there. Should I shoot one? Yeah, shoot one. Right. Let's go, baby! Yes! That's what I'm talking about right there. Let's go, baby! Let's go! 3-1, baby! Go! Let's go, Landon! Yes!
So, we got up here around midnight. It was a long ways up here, but we're hunting on a hillside here, and we thought the birds were gonna be lower in the valley, but they were way up at the top. So we heard them gobble on the roost, and we knew we had to get all the way up there. So we walked about half a mile, got right up about 150 yards away from them.
And they were just hammering. The one was strutting on a branch, and we didn't realize how close we were to them, but they were right there.
Yeah.
So.
And then both the toms broke off, and they went down the other side of the mountain. And then what we thought were toms were jakes. 2 jakes came across, and it was up through a whole bunch of thick saplings. And Lincoln shot, and after we walked up there, we realized it was a jake. But
We didn't get that on video, but it was kind of a Russian shot, and it was through a bunch of saplings, and it is what it is. But
and then we worked our way because we knew they came down here. We knew the first 2 toms came down here, and then the rest of those jakes came down here. So we swung back around. We worked our way down the mountain, calling about every 100 yards. And when we got down here at the bottom, we heard 2 gobbles down in the valley here. So we got set up in our shack, and we put the decoys out here, and we saw 3 jakes and 2 toms walk across the trail about at 300 yards. We were really still. They went back in the woods, and then we caught them up from the valley. We had our decoys set up here, and they couldn't really see the decoys, which they would have came in a lot quicker if they would have seen the decoys, but it was really nice because they were strutted up down here.
Yeah, he was strutting at like 60 yards behind us on the one log, and then 3 jakes came behind him, or 3 or 4, I'm not sure. At least 3 jakes came behind him.
Yeah.
And he was making his way up here, and every time he called, he came up probably 10 yards every time he called, and he was just hammering. And then he got up to probably 30 yards?
Yeah, he came, about 30 yards, and then we called again, and he came right up to about 10 yards, and then he kind of got a little funny, and he saw us, so he spooked, and he backed off to about 25 yards, and I had to swing around, and I shot him, which it was a pretty good shot, and then
he got a broken scapula shooting left-handed, so I mean, he made it work.
And then he shot a jake down that was hanging on with the rest of the pack. So, well, thanks for watching. It was a great hunt, and we're headed to New York now because we can hunt Sunday. So hopefully we kill one there, and we'll see you on the next video.